This is page 53 in our notes, and to help with the amount of writing, I'm giving you this paper to put in. So on page 53, I'm going to move this up a little bit. This is standard EE5 again. We're continuing on real-world algebraic expressions. And so this is just kind of strange to kids because they always want to solve it, but you're just writing a lot of these. So first off, the example we have is that Janet has M stickers, and this bothers kids because they don't know what M stands for. You don't need to know. We just know that Janet has M stickers. So I want to underline Janet, M, and stickers, okay? So now they're going to start getting some clues. Amy has 10 fewer stickers than Janet. So we know the other person's Amy. 10 fewer is like the key word than Janet. So what does it mean if she has fewer than Janet? We think of less. This is a way to think of less, so we would actually subtract in this case. That's the sign we're using. So how many stickers does Amy have? And then they're going to say this kind of weird in terms of M's. In other words, they want you to use M in what you're writing here. So Janet has M. We know she has M. If Amy has 10 fewer, then we would need to start with what Janet has, which is M, and we would need to subtract 10. So if Janet has M, Amy has 10 fewer than that, we would have to take M and subtract 10, and that's how many stickers that Amy would have. So I'll say equals Amy. And this bothers kids because they don't know what M stands for, but you don't need to know. We know that Janet has M, and Amy has 10 fewer. So she's going to have less than Janet. So what Janet has, you'd have to subtract 10 to figure out what Amy has. Okay, continuing on. Bernie has 3 times as many stickers as Janet. So let's remember, Janet has how many? She has M, and then Bernie's going to have 3 times as many. So that means we need to multiply however many Janet has. Well, Janet has M. How do you write 3 times M? Well, we actually write it like this, 3 next to M, which is how many stickers that Bernie would have. Just going to box that in. How do I know that? Okay, it says how many stickers does Bernie have in terms of M? Did we use M again? Did we multiply? Yeah, because the clue up here said to times his amount, Bernie, by what Janet had. So this brings me to over here to the left. You see a star in your notes, and star means something important. 3 is the coefficient. Coefficient is the term for the number in front of the variable. 3M together, put a star here. 3M together, we call this the term. So we have coefficient, 3M together, we call this a term. And then M, what is just M? If you remember, M is the variable. So I'm going to star that. M is the variable. That's our letter. So there's 3, if you will, vocab terms over here to the side that I'm using on this particular example. The next one says Catherine has 6 more stickers than Janet. Catherine has 6 more stickers than Janet. Okay, so how many stickers does Catherine have in terms of M? We need to use M again. So Janet had how many? She had M. And then Catherine has 6 more. 6 more means you're just adding. Okay, so you could say 6 plus M. You could say M plus 6. Either one of those works. That's how many stickers Catherine would have. And this bothers people because they feel like they need to know how many it is. You just know it's 6 plus M for Catherine. You don't need to know what M is. You don't have to know. It's just 6 plus M for Catherine. The next example says that Dina has 2/5 as many stickers than Janet. So Dina, 2/5 as many as Janet. Remember, Janet had M, so how many stickers does Dina have in terms of M? 2/5 as many is actually multiplying. 2/5 as much. So you could take 2 over 5, and you could times it by M, which is weird because you're like, how do I make M a fraction? You could put M over 1. And so then at the top of your fraction, you'd have 2 times M on the top, and then you'd have 5 times 1, which is 5. So you could actually write it 2M on the top over 5 stickers. And that's how many Dina has. Why did we set them next to each other? We multiplied. Why do we multiply? Because as many was our key word that told us to multiply. Why does this standard bother kids? Because they want to know what m is and they want to actually solve. Well, you're not. These are just algebraic expressions. They have to be algebraic because they have to have a variable in them. And that bothers kids to just have a variable and not solve. So the next clue we have Mario collected 3G seashells. So that's important. Mario collected 3G seashells. So there's our variable, 3G. So this is going to be in terms of G. Jasmine, which in years past I've crossed this off and I've said, how about we use Mario and Luigi, collected 10 more seashells than Mario. So there's our keywords. Luigi collected 10 more. Remember, 10 more means to add, so that's a keyword. Then Mario. Could you write the number of seashells they collected together? That's another word that tells us we're adding in terms of G, so we have to use G. So I like to just kind of write down information that we know based on reading this problem. First off, what do we know about Mario? So if you write that down, you could say that Mario, he collected how much? So we saw it at the beginning, he collected 3G, and then you could label it seashells. So you know what Mario has, all right? Then I want you to write down what Luigi has, or if you want to use Jasmine, that's fine. So Jasmine collected 10 more than Mario. So if Mario is 3G, 10 more means to add 10. You have to rewrite 3G plus 10 seashells for Luigi. You can't just say plus 10. You have to start with 3G plus 10. You have to restate this because you don't really know what G is. So then it says, how much do they collect in terms of G together? Well, together means you need to add both of these together. Well, if you look at Mario, I have 3G. And then if you add that to what Luigi had, Luigi was 3G plus 10. So here's Mario, 3G. Here's Luigi, 3G plus 10. Now you're back to collecting like terms. Your like terms, you have 3G plus a 3G. Well, together that's 6G, and then you just have a plus 10. These are like your apples because they have G's. This is like your orange because it's just 10. You cannot say that's 16G. The 10 is just a number. There's no G. So 6G plus 10 seashells is what they collect together. So that's what they collect together. So it's kind of important that you write each step out. It's just kind of strange because you want to solve it, but you don't need to solve that.